Recently, some friends of mine have been really into the fan game, Poke MMO. If you haven't heard of it, the gist is basically what it sounds like. Older generation Pokemon games that are multiplayer and featuring a trade economy. When I heard trade economy, I got excited. Because with a player-driven economy comes the opportunity to mess with said economy at large. Not for profit or malice, but because it's silly and funny to mess with people's expectations. So naturally I made an account. But first, let's address the elephant in the room. Namely, I've never finished a mainline Pokemon game. Sure, I've beaten a spin-off or two, but never something mainline. But for our purposes, this doesn't actually matter. After a little digging, I believe the trade economy opens up after you obtain 4 badges, and 4 badges isn't too tough a mountain to climb. I'm pretty sure I can manage that. So I began making a character, one who exemplifies everything we stand for as market manipulators. Someone conniving, yet cheeky, a rapscallion with a heart of gold, and that someone proved to be Grocket Runt. While we have our choice between the first 5 generations for our starting region, I picked Unova, mostly because I was still getting used to the controls and button mashed a little too quickly. But that's fine, Unova is cool. I'd like to say it was a streamlined process of picking my starter, but it really wasn't. I wasn't intending to be a goof this early, truly I wasn't. But unfortunately, I got hit with that most classic of new game problems.
Okay, what are the buttons?
What are the buttons?
I'm not joking when I say it took me about 3 minutes to manage to walk myself over to that present on the table and open it. Which, in my defense, I never said I was a good gamer, just a persistent one. When we finally do open the box, we choose Oshawott because he's my favorite of this gen and probably one of my all-time starters. After beating Bianca and Sharon, I'm met with an unfortunate realization/memory. Pokemon games really love to front-load hand-holding tutorials. So as much as I'd like to jump right in and start my dark deeds, we unfortunately have some chores to take care of first. We need to visit the lab because naturally, we need to visit Bianca's dad to see him be a reasonable parent to a 10-year-old. We have to take a sickeningly sweet power of friendship first step together, and we have to get scolded for not catching any new Pokemon on the first route. But it's my journey, and I will decide when and where I make new friends. Okay, now that that's all out of the way, surprise, it's more tutorials. Pokemon centers, literally being forced to heal when I don't need to, and Pokemarts, and okay, I think we're finally set. Nope. Here comes the non-tutorial plot throwing its weight around. Oh my god, I just want to play Pokemon, let me get off this crazy thing. So some guy named Getsis does his stump speech, great whatever, and then we meet and get challenged by N, who proceeds to curb stomp me. I will be so honest, I forgot my friends mentioned that the devs of Poke MMO tuned the difficulty to actually give a challenge, and I was going at this with my typical brain-off approach. But fine, whatever. We go to the Pokemon Center, we heal, we'll just re-challenge N, and... Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Look, Bianca, I caught a friend for Oshawott. Are you pleased now? Okay, this is clearly going to be harder than I first expected. But hey, I said I was a persistent gamer, so persist I will. Rocket Runt has grand ambitions, and they do not stop just because a tutorial boss sucker punches him. As far as economy manipulation goes, we've got 4 badges between here and there, and it seems evident I may actually have to get good at Pokemon. So that's where we'll leave things for today. Not with a cliffhanger per se, more so just a promise to you that I'm not going to make you watch me get beat up on by a 15-year-old repeatedly. I'm going to actually come back when I have some tangible progress to report. Thank you for joining me for the origins of the capitalist supreme Grocket Runt. I hope you had a nice time, and I hope you have a nice day.